I think every gardener has their own way of doing things and things that you learn and pick up over the years. And of course, all our gardens are in different locations, and the soil's quality, type, all affects the way that plants grows. And there's a lot of science behind looking into soil, which I don't have the brain to go into. But certainly for me, the ingredients that I use with my roses in planting them works. And mycorrhizal, I think that's how you pronounce it, fungi, which is a natural bacteria that once in the root system of a plant, it will carry on nourishing in this symbiotic relationship between plant and bacteria, and it will go on growing. So using that to plant the rose is a really good thing. I use Richard Jackson's root booster simply because it has the fungi, but it also uses humates, which is compressed organic matter, a bit like coal that compresses in the ground and is mined and used in this particular root boosting fertilizer. So I use that because it gives the plant the best possible chance of growing a good root system and going on. When I plant the rose, I mix a compost with soil in a concrete mixer so that it can be tumbled and mixed up properly, and I plant that around a good sized hole, ideally 40 centimeters wide, about 40 centimeters deep if you can, so that it's got a good chance of growing properly. And then on top of that, I use natural products. I use garlic that's used for the nourishment of horses, simply because it's the best quality and is actually relatively cheap compared to other products that are out there. And it acts as an antibacterial. It produces natural sulfur for the plant, but it also actually nourishes the plants. And I think RHS Wisely have shown how much roses benefit from bloom size with using garlic as just spraying that on the foliage and mixing it in with any other feeds that you're giving the rose. I use the powder around the base of the plant when I plant it, and I follow that up with a natural rose fertilizer, whatever you can get. If you can get David Austin's rose fertilizer, it's often out of stock. That's really the best, but I use an organic one when I can't get hold of that. And on top of that, I use a good mixture of seaweed flakes, once again from a horse supplier, which is used in nourishing horses, because I find it cost effective for no other reason. And then I use my own compost now, which I make and mix up, and once again tumble it in the concrete mixer, and I get amazing results, as you can see from the garden and the way the roses are looking from that. And then on top of that, I use a nice broken up mulchy bark that's got almost the elements of compost in it to complete the bedding down of a new rose. And the next clips will show me planting Gabriel oak. That was a gift in a corner of the garden, and I hope you find it useful. Gabriel oak has been planted up. The soil has been mixed with compost in the concrete mixer, and I've used Richard Jackson's root booster to give the plant the best possible start. I'm going to feed it with this garlic powder, which I get from a horse food supplier, and seaweed, and this organic rose food, and I'm going to spread that around the base of the plant. So a good dose of garlic, rose fertilizer and seaweed, and now I'm going to mulch on top with my own compost. So good layer of compost all around the base of the plant, and I'm going to put some bark on top now. So that's it. I particularly like this bark because there's lots of already rotting material, and over the season this will rot down into feed the roots of the plant. So finally, Gabriel oak has his new home.